everybody, welcome to another quick video. Now today we've done something slightly different because the weather forecast said thick fog, and overnight, yes, there was thick fog and it was looking really nice. So what we came down to Padley Gorge, and as you can probably tell, no fog, it's gone. So we're going to try and get as best we can from the area. It was very, very wet last night, so polariser's going on. Try and bring stuff up. There's not really a great deal of light, but I'm hoping there'll be a lot of mood. The trees here obviously are absolutely astounding, so we'll see what we can get, and hopefully I'll not fall over in the process. So let's go. And because it is actually quite a grim day actually, there's not a lot of light around at all. Despite what it looks like on the camera, it really isn't very bright at all. I mean, if I leave this in auto, it'll want to be at ISO 6400, which I'm not really happy with. So I'm fixing up to ISO 200, relying on the Sync IS basically to save me from any sort of shake or anything like that. Thankfully, it's only a light breeze. It's about 4 degrees, but with the breeze, it feels like about -1. So I think the gloves will be going on soon as well. But we're hoping to get a few little sort of bits around. Like I say, it's damp rather than misty, which is a real pain. I mean, there is a bit of a mist in the air, which is just making things damp, but it's not doing anything for the photography. So got to have a bit of a play and see what comes up. But let's get into the woods and we'll see what things crop up. So I'm kind of hoping you can hear me okay, because we've got quite a rush of water coming through Burbage Brook today, so it make it a little bit different. But as you can see behind me, the trees are still fantastic. Well, that's why I've got the polariser on. The idea is I can actually dial that in a bit and take a bit of the glare out, because obviously the amount of rain that we had last night was actually quite substantial, it seems to me. It's very, very boggy here. It's like a couple of inches deep that I'm studying at the moment. So it's basically trying to take a bit of that sheen off. It brings the greens out from the moss and sort of gives it a bit more sort of depth. That's the general theory behind it anyway. But there's these lovely sort of beech trees as well, absolutely golden against the greens. That certainly sort of from where I'm stood at the moment, there's a few sort of dotted around. But the big thing is, like, there's a fantastic sort of vista running straight along down there with it sort of dotted either side of the path. So I'm going to try and get something out of that. I was hoping for more mist, I will admit. I was really hoping we were going to get a lovely misty effect, because this is beautiful in the mist. It's somewhere that I've never been able to get to in the right conditions. So I was really hoping it was going to happen today. But unfortunately, yeah, looks like that's a no-go. The mist's all far too high up. But we'll make the best of what we can. Get a few more shots in. I'm going to see if I can get a bit deeper into the woodland as well. A lot of the stuff that you get with sort of the really nice trees are sort of set well back from the path, which is quite nice, but it does mean you have to sort of do a bit of traipse across, sort of a bit of the off piece, but I don't mind that anyway. But I'm going to see what I can find, get down here, see if I can get some lovely contrast between these sort of fantastic golden beech leaves and the green of the trees, and so I can make some sort of nice compositions out of it. Maybe not, even get a bit of black and white going on. The conditions might work for it. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go and have a go. As far as my settings go, obviously I've fixed everything ISO 200. That's part of really sort of trying to keep things as clean as I can. Yeah, I mean, these things are great these days for high ISO, but yeah, it just helps things out a little bit. Because of the light conditions, I'll run aperture priority. It's varying at the moment. I'm seeing, well, somebody had to 1/3 seconds just up there because it was quite dark. But most of it's sort of running around sort of the 15th of a second mark. It's not too much of a problem. Sync IS, it just gets on with it. It's not really an issue at all for me on it, running 12 to 100, so not really too worried about that. But some of these colours are absolutely beautiful with the polariser on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a shot up now with the polariser and without, so you can see the difference. Now you may notice as well, I've still got the lens hood on. Now the polariser that I'm running here is the magnetic one, so I can actually sort of access it with the lens hood on. And because we have got quite a lot of sort of stuff dripping down, I don't really want it all over the lens and sort of messing around cleaning it. Although I've got the microfiber with me, I don't really want to be faffing too much with it, so that's why I've got the lens hood still on there. But yeah, I'll take a quick shot now and I'll pop up sort of the one without the polariser first and then the one with, and you'll see the difference that you get. I mean, this is going to be a light process as well, it's not going to be sort of a mad processor, but you'll see the difference that you can get in the colours between the two, and that's why I'm actually using the polariser today. And obviously the massive thing that I love about Padley Gorge are the characters in the trees. If I just spin you around to this one. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful character. Now you've actually got a nice little scene there of the two characters at the side here and that one there. Or you can sort of flip over, you've got a little bit of a foreground tree here that you could even incorporate. Nice little sort of beach in the middle as well. But yeah, there's compositions absolutely everywhere, absolutely all around this bit of woodland. If you're prepared to go off piece and sort of look for them, you can get even more as well. But it's the sort of thing I love doing. I love just like getting deep into the woods, and it's amazing what sort of things you find as well. I mean, something looking this way, if I go up over the hillside there, it's going to look completely different. You can change your compositions around, start moving around the woodland. Obviously looking where you're putting your feet, so I very nearly sort of just snagged myself there. But yeah, there's so much to be had in a bit of a woodland like this. I mean, we're quite lucky. This is a weekday. If we get here on a weekend, just down on the footpath is just a stream of people walking down. It's really, really busy. But weekdays like this are absolutely gorgeous. Now, as far as sort of what I'm going to do with the edits on this, I'm probably going to pull quite a bit of mood out of them. But I might even try and sort of push the contrast back a little bit. Trying to give it a little bit of separation by pulling the contrast out. Be very, very selective of the background and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens with it. Like I say, I was hoping for the mist. I was really hoping that it was going to be the day that we're going to get the thick mist up here. But unfortunately, it's just not happened at all. It's one of those classic cases of looked great, didn't quite work, even though the forecast said it was going to be absolutely spot on. But yeah, you work with what they've got. And frankly, when you're in a place like this, it doesn't really matter what you've got. It's so beautiful. One thing I do find is quite important when you're in sort of a nice bit of woodland like this as well, is be very sort of aware of, especially when conditions aren't perfect like this, how to compress the scene down. If you've got a lovely set of trees behind what your subject is, that can sometimes work as good as mist, actually give you some separation. But I mean, the key to something like this is trying to make order of the chaos. You're looking for certain patterns, certain sort of styles of sort of branch that sort of lead you to into sort of seeing a couple of little sort of shapes and things like that. You can actually do that by actually having trees that intertwine with each other as well. So you've got a foreground that's going like that, slight background like that, so it sort of leads you through the scene. You can get some really nice sort of feels from, and if you're really, really lucky, if you've got like a good run, if you have to sort of zoom in a bit, you get a bit of telephoto compression as well. It is quite good with the 12 to 100 to actually do that with, and you can basically then compress the scene so it looks like there's just a very tightly packed group of trees, and that can actually make quite a nice scene just on its own. But yeah, I'm going to keep on wandering through this back of the woodland now, because there are a few shapes and bits that I want to try and sort of incorporate. But yeah, keep on rolling through and we'll keep on wandering down. What I may do is sort of get sort of 3/4 of the way down and then work our way back up again. So I don't think there's going to be much point actually getting down the bottom, because there'll be absolutely no mist at all there, and really it's this section that's got the real characters in the trees. So yeah, these are absolutely stunning. There's some absolute crackers just down there, so let's go and get some more shots in. So there we go, nice little wander through Padley Gorge. Sadly the conditions weren't exactly what we were looking for, but they weren't bad. Certainly with it being wet, it's worked fairly well. We've had some fun with the polariser. Hopefully it's been useful to explain how the polariser actually works as well. Because certainly on stuff, especially when it's wet, you're going to get a little bit of glistening on the trees, even though it's quite dull and grey. You still get that little bit there, and it just takes that up, brings the colours forward and gives it that real richness, which makes post-process a lot easier for you, which is always handy. It's always well worth sort of considering that side of things. Yeah, if it can make it easier for yourself, even better. It's the best way to do it. But I'm going to get a few more shots now as we're heading back out. Obviously a bit of a gallery here at the end, but if you've liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and from what is quite a dreary and wet but absolutely glorious Padley Gorge, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Glowing bright on a dark horizon, found a spark, now my heart's ignited, rising out of the ash and embers. Took a flame and I won't surrender. Watch me now, light in the skyline, frozen ground coming to life. I'm on fire, getting higher. When they tell my story, I'll be blazing with glory. Yeah, I'm on fire. Sent a flare out across the wasteland, illuminating a world that's broken. But the heat of the flames will destroy. Ooh, and in the dust I will stand up reborn. Watch me now, claiming revival. Shattered hope starts to ignite. I'm on fire, getting higher. When they tell my story, I'll be blazing with glory. Yeah, I'm on fire. Watch me now, light in the skyline, frozen ground coming to life. When they tell my story, I'll be blazing